afternoon once again from New Zealand, and maybe good morning from your place, from all over the world, wherever you are right now. And I would like to thank you for joining today's webinar. Today's webinar will be very informative as it consists a lot of information, of course, from Vandana about the recent changes that immigration has made. So, without further ado, let me start on introducing myself. So, I am Leah Howe. I am Immigration Advisors New Zealand Limited Legal Assistant, and today your host, who will be helping Vandana in answering, who will be your representative in asking Vandana the questions that you have in order for you to, get the information, get the knowledge of all the changes that have been happening recently with immigration in New Zealand. And of course, without further ado, Miss Vandana Rai. She is our senior licensed immigration advisor, and she is as well our director. And with years of experience and passion for helping people, Vandana has helped numerous of migrants navigate the complex landscape of getting visas for New Zealand. So without further ado, Vandana, please say hi to our viewers.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to giving you as much information as we can.
Thank you, Vandana. And Vandana, I can see that our participants are continuously joining. I'll just give them just a house rule before we start the webinar. So for all our viewers, you will see there down below a Q&A box. So in that Q&A box, you can start typing all the questions that you have that you want Ms. Vandana to answer during this webinar. So please use the Q&A box to type in all the questions there, and one by one, we will run through them and answer them accordingly through this webinar. So yeah, Vandana, we can officially start. So if you could please, give us an overview of the recent changes that has happened. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leah. Yeah, before we start, wanted to give, I'll give a brief on what these changes are, and so that you could know whether that will apply to you or not, and you can ask then focused questions. So very recently on 31st of May, these changes were implemented, and these are changes to partners of work visa. Not all work visas, but a lot of work visas come under this category. So these changes in fact were a part of the government's plan to rebalance the immigration system to support higher productivity and higher wage economy. So that was the purpose behind setting in these changes. And what happened then? So these changes basically apply to partners of essential skills work visa holders, partners of accredited employer work visa holders. So those work visa holders who were paid above the median wage rate earlier could support their partners for work visa with open work conditions. So after this change, these applicants will be able to support their partners for work visa, but these will not be open work conditions. There will be some conditions imposed on the visas. And what will those conditions be? This will mean that they can only work for an accredited employer. The partners will have work rights, but partners will only be able to work for accredited employers. Partners will not be able to be self-employed. Earlier, with open work conditions, partners had this option of being self-employed, and they will not be able to work below the median wage rate in roles which are not covered in the capped sector agreement. So they will have to work above the median wage rate. Currently, the median wage rate is 29.66 New Zealand dollars. And then there are few exceptions there. There are few exceptions of work visa holders who can still support their applications for partners for open work conditions. So this would be for applicants who are on a work visa but they are being paid twice the median wage rate, or applicants who are on a work visa who are working in the role in a green list occupation. So they can still be able to support their partners for open work visa conditions. And then there are few categories of work visa holders for whom these changes do not come into place, or they will not impact them. And post-study work visa holders are one group of those. These changes also do not impact partners of New Zealanders, partners of residents, citizens, again will not be impacted. And these changes also do not impact partners of student visa holders. So if you are studying a course which you can support your partner for a work visa, and nothing changes after 31st of May. But the way things have been conveyed, or people discuss, we are getting a lot of questions from various groups of people who are actually not impacted, and that was another reason why we thought we will have this session and answer the questions. So yeah, Leah, try to cover everything in brief. Over to you for questions.
Thank you so much, Vandana, for that overview. And let's not keep our viewers waiting. So since they have actually typed in all their questions in the Q&A box, I will just ask them one at a time, and then of course give you time to answer them one at a time. Okay? Yeah, so the first question, Vandana, I'm getting from one of our viewers is, I am currently doing a master program. Can my partner apply for a work visa?
So yes, so under the current immigration settings, if you are doing a master's program, if you're studying a master's as an international student, you can support your partner's application for work visa. So provided the partnership instructions are met, provided you have enough documents to confirm that you are in a genuine and stable relationship, you live together. So I'm talking partners, meaning that you've met the partnership criteria, would be able to support partner's application for work visa. In this situation, partner will get open work condition. That means partner can work for any employer, any number of hours, any occupation, and any salary, even be self-employed. So yeah, nothing changes for partners of student visa holders in this situation.
All right. Okay, thank you, Vandana. Yeah, I'll proceed to the next one. I am currently on a student visa, and then soon I will apply for my post-study work visa. I would like to support my partner by then. Will these changes impact the visa for my partner? Will my partner be eligible for an open work visa?
Yeah, so again, partners of post-study work visa holders will not be impacted with this change. So if you're planning to apply for your post-study work visa, you can support your partner for a partnership-based work visa, a partner of a worker work visa with open work conditions. Again, like I said previously, partner can work for any employer, be it accredited or not accredited. Partner can work on any salary, and partner can also be self-employed. So just relax, nothing changes for partners of post-study work visa holders. Over to you, Leah.
Okay, thank you so much, Vandana. Quickly proceeding to the next question. So one question again from our viewer is, I have an accredited employer work visa, and my role is on the green list occupation. Can I support my partner now on a work visa?
So if you are on an accredited employer work visa, and if your role is on the green list, you are meeting the requirements of the green list, paid whatever is the requirement and other factors, definitely can support the partner for an open work conditions, and these changes then will not impact your partner's work conditions. So partner can have open work conditions, be self-employed, work at any salary. So yeah, and for you who is in this situation, I would suggest please connect with us immediately after this webinar, because apart from suggesting the pathway for your partner, we would also like to see if you are meeting the eligibility to apply for your residence. Are you eligible for work to residence under the green list? If that is the case, are you better off applying for the residence under the skilled migrant category, which is still open? before it closes, you may like to avail that path and get a quicker residence. So yeah, do get in touch. You may be able to apply for residence under an alternate path, and we would like to assess your case if that's what your goal is.
Thank you so much. I'll proceed to the next one, please. Okay. So the question right now is, I am on an accredited employer work visa, but was only granted for 2 years of visa. Can I support my spouse for a work visa?
Sorry, Leah, I think I missed the question a bit in between. Could you please repeat it?
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. I am currently on an accredited employer work visa, but only granted for 2 years. Can I support my spouse for work visa?
Okay.
That's the question. Yeah, from our viewers.
Okay, thank you, Leah. So the fact that your visa was granted for 2 years, that implies that you may be getting paid less than the median wage rate, because if somebody is paid less than the median wage rate, the visa duration is for 2 years. So that may be the case. If that is the case, then you can support your partner for a visitor visa, not a work visa. And then alternatively, if your salary has now increased after your 2-year visa was granted, and if you are being paid the median wage rate 29.66, you will be able to support your partner for work visa now. The only thing is, the partner will not have open work conditions. The partner may have conditions on the employer that they can work for, only accredited, and the partner may require certain minimum remuneration to work on. So yeah, so 2 years work visa, if getting less than median wage rate, can support partners for visitor visa. If being paid more than the median wage rate, can support partners for work visa now with conditions as per the new policy. Yeah, over to you, Leah.
All right. Thank you so much, Vandana. Quickly, first answering the next one. So the next one is for my partner to be able to work. Does the employer need to have advertised the position and get a job token? So like if the question was, the question is like that. For my partner to be able to work, does the employer need to have advertised the position and get a job token?
Okay, so the partners will have conditions imposed on the visa after the rule change. That means they need to work for an accredited employer with X number of salary, but the employer does not need to support that application. That means they do not require a job token to be able to work. They can just work, and this visa does not necessarily requires them to work if they don't want to. Sometimes partners may have some family commitments, looking after the kids, and they may have a work visa, but they may not want to work full time, and that's okay. And then the employer in this case does not have to support the application. You already have a visa to work for any accredited employer with X number of salary, depending upon what the role is. So yeah, you don't need employer support. Yeah, over to you, Leah.
Okay, thank you so much, Vandana. Another question from one of our viewers is, my husband is currently a holder of accredited employer work visa, but his salary is 2776. Is he still eligible to get us, his family, like the family, to come here in New Zealand?
Okay, so yes, if somebody is getting paid less than median wage rate, they can still support the application for partner on a partnership-based visitor visa. If the partnership requirements are met, their kids can also come. They can support their kids' application for a dependent child visitor visa or a dependent child student visa, provided the salary threshold is met. So currently, immigration requires a X number of salary before you could support your child's application, and that current salary threshold is 1,322. So if somebody is earning that much amount, they can support the child's application for a dependent child student visa. And just a disclaimer here, which I should have kind of conveyed in the beginning. Every situation is very different. There could be a lot of intricate details which we have to assess and see. So just a disclaimer, please do not take this webinar as an immigration advice, as tailored immigration advice. You are asking a question and we are giving a generic answer depending upon what you've asked. There could be so many other details in your circumstances which may impact your application or your eligibility. And for us to give you immigration advice, we would need a lot more information so that we don't fault on the assessment, you don't go wrong on your eligibility. So just a disclaimer, do not take this webinar as an immigration advice. We're kind of giving information, not assessing your situation and suggesting options to you. But yeah, they're less than median. Definitely there is still an option to support on a visitor and student for partners. New Zealand in that way is a country where they give a lot of importance to family as a unit. So family being together is really important. So be it on visitor or work, that's fine. But if you are a family meeting the partnership criteria, there will be options where family can be together here in New Zealand. Over to you, Leah.
Okay, thank you, Vandana. Another question from our viewer. So, she said here, my husband is an accredited employer work visa and his salary is $27.76, but he is a carpenter, like he's working as a carpenter. Is it still possible for him to apply his wife for a work visa now?
So for somebody to be able to support an application for a partnership-based work visa, the requirement says that they should be getting paid at a median wage rate, that is 29.66. So if you're getting paid, irrespective of whatever the position is, the instructions require you to be paid at a median wage rate to support partner's application for a work visa. So if you're getting less than that amount, could support for visitor visa, partnership-based visitor visa. If you're getting paid more than the median, can support for a partnership-based work visa. Yeah. If you think your salary is increasing, or if there's more to your profile that we should know, please do fill in your details in the link that the team will provide you, so we can assess your situation and then let you know specific options.
Okay, thank you, Vandana. Thank you so much for that. I'll quickly ask the next question, please. So for this next question, so I am a resident of New Zealand and I am recently married. My wife has come to New Zealand on a general visitor visa last month. Can I still support my wife for a work visa?
Yeah, thanks, Leah. Yeah, so being a New Zealander, a resident or a citizen, you can support your partner for a partnership-based work visa. Like I said, provided the partnership instructions are met. And the partnership instructions for a temporary visa like work visa are that you should be in a relationship, living together in a genuine relationship, genuine and stable relationship, long enough for immigration to confirm the stability of the relationship, long enough for immigration to be sure that your relationship is most likely to be endured. So there's no specific time assigned to it, like X number of months you have to be together. No, it really depends on your circumstances, how much you've known each other, what have been the inception and development of the relationship. So yeah, do get in touch with us. We have done partnership-based work visas, applied partnership-based work visas for clients who've been together just for a month, as soon as they come here in New Zealand. And if your if your documents, if your situation or the evidences confirm that your relationship is most likely to be endured in a genuine and stable relationship, definitely you can apply much earlier than you think. We get clients approach us after so many months or after months of being together, when they were clearly eligible to apply much earlier. So it's not very convenient to be in the country and not have work rights for partners. So if your partner wants to work, I suggest do get in touch, give us your circumstances, and then we will be in a position to tell you what is the earliest time they can apply for a partnership-based work visa. Thanks. Over to you, Leah.
All right. Thank you so much, Vandana. And just another question. Actually, it was like a follow-up on the question you've answered a while ago. So does this new rule affect for child student visa as well, like the dependent child? So does the new rule apply to that as well?
Okay, so the new rules do not apply to dependent child student visa, dependent child visitor visa. So dependent children, if age is less than 5 years, can apply for a dependent child visitor visa. If age more than 5 years, apply for dependent child student visa, provided the work visa holder meets the minimum income threshold to support dependent children. And currently that minimum income threshold is New Zealand dollars 43,322.76. So if your salary is this much annually, you can support dependent children's application. Yeah, thanks. Over to
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Thank you, Vandana. Just quickly browsing the next question from our attendee. So, okay. One of our attendees is actually asking, like, right now, how long does it take for a partnership-based visa to be processed?
Okay, so there are time frames mentioned on the website, and you could see the time frames on the website. But having said that, these are live time frames. Few applications can take longer, few shorter. From our experience, what we try and do is submit a decision ready application, and we've got decisions in few weeks to a month or a bit more, for even for partnership applications when the time frames reflect much longer time frames. I am in no way conveying that when we submit the application it will go faster, it will be given priority. It doesn't happen that way. If the application is in the queue, it will take as much time as any application does to be assigned to an officer. But how we can assist in timeliness is making sure that we submit a decision ready application. That means as soon as the application is assigned to an officer, the officer has pretty much everything to take an instant decision on that application, and they don't have to ask you any further documents, which at times delay the application decisions. When officer has to ask something, they will ask you, they will give you a deadline, put the application back in the queue. When you send, it will again be given to the officer. So this to and fro of asking more information delays the decision process. And from our end, if we make an effort to submit a decision ready application, what that means is we pretty much know what could be the officer's concerns, or what will be the questions in the officer's mind when they will open this file, and we make an effort to resolve or to answer those questions and provide everything to call it a decision ready application then, so that the decisions could be much quicker. Yeah. Thank you. Over to you, Leah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Vandana. And Vandana, just another question from our viewer is.
Thank you. Over to you, Leah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Vandana. So the partner or the husband is currently working here now and only getting the previous median wage, which was $27.76. So if he is not eligible to get her on a work visa, can a visitor visa be applicable to her, like for the wife?
If somebody is not eligible to support a partner for a work visa, then they can definitely support partner for a visitor visa. Again, partner can be in the country on a visitor visa, see if they can find employment, and then apply for a work visa on their own right. Or if by then the partner's salary increases, can also support the partner for work visa. So like I previously said, New Zealand is one country where a lot of importance is given to family as a unit, and family togetherness is very important. So yeah, contact us with details of your visa. When were you given that visa? Were you paid median at that point? What was the duration of the visa? It may so happen is that you may still be eligible to support partner for work visa. We would have to check few things before we confirm. So yeah, please do send us your details so we could assess your circumstances. Thanks. Over
Okay.
to you, dear.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vandana. And one more question I'm getting is, oh, so for our viewers, please do type your question in the Q&A box. We will do our best to try to squeeze in and answer them all together. And okay, so our next question is, okay. Yep, my husband applied for a student visa for master's in digital business. I want to know what type of visa I will be able to apply for once he once she has got her student visa. Will it be a spouse um, visa with work rights or only a spouse visitor visa?
So come
So this
again
is,
with
yeah.
so Leah, if you could repeat the course please for me once again.
Okay. Yeah. So Vandana, the husband has applied for a student visa and the course is Master in Digital Business.
Yeah, okay.
So the wife wants to know, yeah, what visa will she be able to get?
If one of the partner is applying for a master's in digital business, the other partner is eligible to apply for a partner of a student work visa application. So that means partner can apply for a partnership-based work visa, will be eligible to get open work conditions, work for any employer, any number of hours, any salary. Just be aware that the partner's application will only be processed after the student decision has been received. Yeah. Over to you,
Okay.
Leah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Vandana. Another question I have here is, my partner currently holds an accredited employer work visa. Can I be self-employed here in New Zealand?
Thanks, Leah. That's a good question. So a lot depends on when did you apply for your partnership-based work visa. If you applied for your partnership-based work visa before 31st of May 2023, your visa may reflect open work conditions. That implies you can work in self-employment. But if you applied for partnership-based work visa after 31st of May, then your work conditions on your visa would have some restrictions, that you can only work for accredited employer with only this much salary, and that restricts you being in self-employment. So we would need a bit more information to tell you what exactly you can do, but yeah, these are the circumstances. Thank you. Over to you, Leah.
Okay, thank you so much, Vandana. So I have another question, which is, okay, my partner was getting less than the median wage, but now is getting paid more than the median wage. Can I apply for a partnership-based work visa? And can my partner support me on that? So previously getting,
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So what that means is the partner has 2 years visa, and on the visa, the salary to be paid requirement may be less than median, and the salary, if it increases after that, and definitely the partner can support your application for a partnership-based work visa. Now, though, when you apply after 31st of May, you would have conditions imposed on on your visa, but you can still apply. Your partner is not required to get the visa changed before supporting you. However, they can do it if they want a longer duration of the visa, because if they apply, they may get 3 years. Earlier, they had 2 years, so they may not need to get their visa changed if they do not need it for a longer duration. To support a partner with salary increase, evidence, and all the information would meet the requirement. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Vandana. Yeah. Another question we have here is, I am I am currently a student of Master in Aviation, and I'll be graduating this year November. So will my husband can my husband and me apply at the same time for the post-study work?
Yes, thank you, Leah. Yeah, husband and you can definitely apply at the same time. When the partner applies for post-study work visa, the other partner can apply for a partnership-based work visa. Just be aware that the partnership-based work visa application will only be processed after the main partner who is applying for a post-study work visa, their application is completed, because partner's application is dependent on the work visa holder's application, the post-study work visa. So definitely can apply together. The one who's applied for post-study work visa, that person's application will be decided first, followed by the partner's application.
Okay, thank you so much, Vandana. That's very clear and informative. Another question we have. So it's good that our viewers keeps on chatting. Our Q&A box is very active. So yeah, I'll just quickly tell you the next question. So if husband is already working in New Zealand, can he still apply for the partner visa of his wife, even if the wife does not have any job offer in New Zealand yet? Can she still go without any job offer on a partnership visa?
Thank you so much, Leah. Yeah, this question is very apt, and we are getting a lot of queries on similar lines. When we hear that you need to work for an accredited employer, a lot of people are thinking that they need the employer support. So no, your partner can apply for work visa if you meet the salary requirement, if you meet the partnership requirement. Do not require the job offer for that application. All that you need is evidence of being in a genuine and stable relationship, evidence of your partner being eligible to support your work visa application, and that's it. You can then have this visa, which allows you to work for any accredited employer without their support. The only thing is there would be a salary remuneration requirement. You will be required to be paid above the median wage rate, or at the rate which is as per the sector agreement for the role that you are being offered. So yeah, there will be a salary requirement listed, but the job offer is not required for the work visa. Thanks. Over to you, Leah.
All right, thank you, Vandana. Another question we have from our attendees is, I'm currently a New Zealand resident and planning to get married by culturally arranged marriage. Does this affect my plan? Does this affect my plan of getting married? So that's the question. Yeah.
And thank you. I should have covered that scenario. So yeah, definitely, it doesn't impact you. If you are a resident and your marriage has been organized by the family, you are meeting all the requirements of a culturally arranged marriage visitor visa, you have all the documentary evidence to prove, you can still go ahead and apply for that visa. These rules changes do not impact the culturally arranged marriage visitor visa in any way. So everything remains as it was before 31st of May. So yeah, thank you. Nothing changes in this case. But having said that, make sure that you are meeting the requirement. A lot of times people um, have their marriages arranged culturally, but may not have enough documentary evidence to prove that. And then we sit with those clients to assess which is a better option, whether culturally arranged or a general visitor or a partnership visitor, what would be in their best interest. So make sure that you assess your circumstances, documents that you have. Your partner may have more than one options, and make sure that you assess all these options to decide then which is the best option for your partner to apply. But definitely can support the application. Thank you. Over to you, Leah.
All right, thank you, Vandana. So I'm trying to answer it, but I think most of the question has been answered. So thank you to our viewers who has been actively putting all their questions at the Q&A box. And for all the questions that we are not able to answer, please do get in touch with us. So our moderators here will be chatting you the email address. So it's contact@nzimmigration.info. And we will definitely answer them once you get in touch with us. But one question I have now, Vandana, is I am a New Zealand citizen and I am planning to get my wife on a work visa. Does this affect, does this situation or announcement affect us?
Um, so I would again convey that as a partner of a New Zealander, partner of a resident or a citizen, you can still support partner's application for work visa, provided you meet all the partnership instructions. You've been in a relationship, genuine, which is stable, and meeting all the partnership requirements. This change will not impact your partner's work rights. Your partner would still get open work conditions, can work for any employer, any number of hours, any salary, can be self-employed. So these changes are in no way impacting partners of residents and citizens. Yeah. Thank you. Over to you, Leah.
Thank you, Vandana. One interesting question I got from our attendee is the new visa based on the new changes will still be called partnership work visa?
Uh, yeah. So the visa is a partner of a worker work visa. So the name still remains the same. The only change would be the way conditions are listed on that visa. So there are the conditions currently or before the rule change mentioned you could work for any employer, any number of hours. What it says, you have open work conditions. So instead of writing open work conditions, there would be conditions listed there. You can only work for any accredited employer, you can only work with this much or the median wage rate, whatever is applicable. So the visa still remains a work visa, a partner of a worker work visa.
Okay, thank you, Vandana. And one question, again, it's related to studying. So my wife is looking forward to studying masters in New Zealand, and I want to accompany her as a spouse. Is it still possible to travel together if the wife is getting or studying master program? Is it still possible to travel together? And will the husband get open work visa?
Okay, thank you, Leah. Yeah, that's another question that we get quite often. Yeah, so if wife is planning to study masters, the husband can apply for a partner of a student work visa, will have open work conditions, and the other part of the question is can we come together? So that will depend on a lot of things. That will depend on how much earlier from the co-start date have you applied? When was the wife's application decided? How much time after the wife's application was decided is the co-start date? Because the wife will have to enter New Zealand before the course starts, and if there wasn't enough time for the partner's application to be processed, there could be a separation period. But if the application was submitted much in advance, the wife's decision came a lot in advance, and there's a lot of time for wife to travel, and by that time the husband's application is also decided, yes, both can travel together as well. So in this visa, what it requires is that the student's application has to be decided before the partner's application is processed. It does not imply that the student has to travel to New Zealand and start the studies before the partner's application is processed. So that I know that's not what the criteria is. So yeah, if their decisions have come much in advance and there's enough time, the course starts later. There have been instances where couples have traveled together. There have been instances where there has been a separation period. A lot depends on your circumstances then. Yeah, thanks. Over to you,
Okay.
Leah.
Yes, thank you, Vandana. I'll quickly proceed to the next one so then we can at least cover most of the questions. So, another question is, does the partner require a job offer or can they work for any accredited employer in any position?
Yeah, so they do not require a job offer. They can work for any accredited employer in any position, provided they are being paid either the median wage rate or whatever is the sector agreement, if the role is in one of those. Yeah. So the salary being paid is important, and working for an accredited employer is important. But don't need a
Okay.
job offer.
All right. Thank you, Vandana. And I think this is this is one of the last questions that I can answer from our viewers. So it's actually relating again to the depend. So my husband is an accredited employer work visa holder, but under capped condition. Can he sponsor our daughter a dependent visa? Our daughter is 19 years old, and my husband's salary is 27.76 per hour, but granted for 3 years.
Okay, thank you, Leah. I think I would need a lot more information to get from this client and to offer alternate options, because see, dependent child student visa or a dependent to study in New Zealand is only given to study in the secondary sector, not as a tertiary education. So considering that the daughter is 19 years old, the daughter may have to study in the tertiary sector, and dependent children cannot study on a dependent child visa in a tertiary sector. So there's much more information that then that I would need to advise you on the options that are available. So please do get in touch, and considering the daughter's age, it's also very important that you sit and chalk out your path towards the residence. So by the time that, if you want to apply subsequent residence application including the daughter, then the daughter should be single, dependent, financially dependent on you, and a few more things. So we would need more information so we could give you more options to choose from. So please do fill in the link that the team is putting there, so we can then have a chat with you to understand your circumstances. Thanks. Over to you, Leah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Vandana. And all right. Last question. Okay. And then all of the viewers. Yeah, last question because we're just quite stretching our time, but we do appreciate your time and for joining us in today's webinar. And all of the questions that we're not able to answer, please do email us at contact@nzimmigration.info or visit our website nzimmigration.info, and we will be able to assist you further. So Vandana, our last question for tonight's webinar is that I want to apply for a visa for my wife. I don't have any qualification back home. Will this not permit him to get a work visa or an accredited employer work visa? Sorry, hold on. Let me just rephrase that for you, Vandana. Okay, so, all right. The question is, I am currently on an accredited employer work visa. Will I be able to get a visitor visa for my wife? Okay, yeah, that was the question. Yeah.
Okay, I get what you say. I can read the question. So I know it's been framed differently. So what this person is wanting to ask, I'm on accredited employer work visa, want to support my wife for a visa. So I assume the question is want to support my wife for a work visa, but the wife doesn't have any qualification. Can my wife still get a work visa? So basically, the question is partner's qualification a requirement to support for a work visa? So the answer is no. The job offer is not required. Similarly, no qualification is required for partners to get a partnership-based work visa. All they need is evidence to confirm that they are meeting the partnership criteria. That means the couple has been together live together long enough in a genuine and stable relationship, and the partner who is supporting the application is meeting the requirement to support the partner's application. So if it's accredited employer work visa, earning more than median wage rate is what is required, and wife's uh, academic qualification are definitely not required to get a work visa. Yeah. Thank you. Over to you, Leah.
All right. Thank you so much, Vandana. And once again, thank you so much to all our viewers for your time, for taking time to attend today's webinar. Just a few closing remarks and pointers you want to give, Vandana, to our viewers.
I would just like to close the session by saying that every situation has got some intricate details. Don't get disheartened if you think that you're not meeting X option or you're not reaching there. There may be few other options that your partner may be eligible to apply for. There may be circumstances that it can apply to you, and if we know your details, probably we can give you more options. So if you think you need better options, if you think you would need more options, do get in touch and we will then assess your circumstances. But yes, one good thing with this rule change is that at least the partners can be together, the family can still be together, be it on visitor visa, be it in work visa with open condition, be it on work visa with some conditions. The fact remains that if one of the member is planning to relocate to New Zealand, the family can think of being together here in New Zealand, and that is the most important thing. On what visa, what conditions, then all these things can definitely be sorted out till the time you are together. So glad that Immigration New Zealand and our government thinks of plans of or prioritizes the family's togetherness, and we'll be happy to assist in your reunification or unification or keeping the family unit together in whichever way we can. That's it for now from me. Thanks, Leah.
Thank you so much, Vandana, and thank you so much for being our speaker and for answering all of the questions from our viewers. We do appreciate your time as well. And once again, to all our viewers from all over the world, I should say, thank you so much again for your time. Please do get in touch with us. Visit our website, www.nzimmigration.info, or email us at contact@nzimmigration.info, and we will be definitely happy to assist you in all your queries on coming and migrating here in New Zealand. So thank you so much again for your time, and please have a good day and have a good night from wherever you are. And thank you so much again, Vandana. Thank you so much to everyone.
Bye-bye. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.